Kansas in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Here you go. 47.
They go to Elliott again. He'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle couldn't bust him free. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Switch, and hey. Here we go, go to 54, go to 50. Here you go, hey. Here we go, 47, 46.
Prescott from the gun, and that is incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
Gun. Go. Get out there. Here we go, 46. Switch, and hey. What do you think? 46.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. A first down carry by Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Count. Here we go. 180. Here you go. Hey, watch that. Check right 54.
Prescott now on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Prescott to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10. They'll run with D'Angelo Henderson. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got some space here. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. They'll run with Henderson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They're going to go. It's Booker. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on fourth down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They start on the ground with Elliott. And some space here. This time a spin. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Here we go, go to 54, go to 54, wide.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game, the effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to churn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Get out, get out.
Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, 46, 46. Gun. 26. 26.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott, eluding the pressure right. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. Dak finding the former Jag Hurns for the Dallas 1st down.
Get out.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin.
Let's go, let's finish now. Hey, 47. It's coming now.
36.
Swing to the field, right. To the right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Let's go, let's finish now. Gun. 47. Gun. Woo. Here we go, 46.
Prescott now from the 50. Buying time to his left. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Get out.
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
49.
Sweat. We're going 54. 26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that's caught by Beasley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A Dallas first down. Prescott hooking up with Beasley.
Go, get out there.
Prescott on first down. Dancing to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Let's go, get out. Here you go. Get out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Spins away. They find some open field here. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Hey. Got three down.
Here you go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. But 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Get out. Here you go.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Oh, it's a straight pass. It's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. But sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they were able to get to him on it.
He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Go. Get out there. Swing to the field. Right. To the right. Here we go. 47. 26.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Third and long for Prescott. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
47.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. On first down, Keenum. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
On 2nd and 10, Keenum throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Parker unable to get that one, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning.
All right, 53, 52, 57 down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. He sets to fire deep. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So 1:56 to play in this first half. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Back deep is Tavon Austin. This is brought in at the 21. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry.
Gun. 26.
2nd down, Prescott. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
47. Switch and 8. Gun. 26. Hey, 47. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Flushed out, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Shaquille Barrett able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now Henderson. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. To throw on second down is Keenum. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
22. Roger. Down.
Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Marquette King now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now Austin. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Get up. Here we go, 46.
On 1st and 10, Prescott escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Keenum now on 2nd down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Bell. It's a gain of 7, and just like that, it's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Keenum. Flush to his right. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Here's Henderson looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Again, it's Henderson. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll fake the give. Now Keenum rolling, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tyrone Crawford in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down.
22!
They will go for it. It's Keenum. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Tyrone Crawford getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Let's go. Get out. Get out.
They'll try to get the running game going with Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Let's go. Get out. Here we go. 47. Here we go. 46. Here we go. Get that. Let's go. Get out. Gun. Switch and A. Switch and A. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Austin's got it left side. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Here we go. 46. Switch and A. Gun. Here we go. 46. Here we go, 46. Move. 26.
Prescott. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tavon Austin, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Well, these 2 teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase, Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. On the carry is Henderson. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll work his way forward up to the 22. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Keenum. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Arlington. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, we're good.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they face a 3rd and 15 here following the delay of game. And the blitz does come. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Keenum, got to have this one. On the crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
He's checking. Crash. Right there.
It's coming now.
Hey, watch the screen.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Gun. 26.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. Man open left side. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Check it out, me.
Get out. 27.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 25. Credit the tackle to Isaac Yiadom. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Again, it's Elliott. And an Elliott run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Get out. Here we go, 47.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
26.
The give is to Elliott. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Check.
Here we go. Get back. Let's go. Get out. 26.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And a Reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Okay, we got 4. We got 4. Let's go, coach. We got 4 down. Let's go.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And coming out now, the Broncos. Keenum finds Jake Butt over the middle. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Now Keenum. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jordan Lewis, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the 2nd half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
Here's Prescott. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Cowboys on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
It wasn't 3rd and long. It was more like 3rd and attainable, and oftentimes offense just want to run enough to pick up a first down. But I think they wanted to break tendency there. Catch the defense plan for the short pass and push it downfield, and they almost collected a big play.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Now it's Keenum. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jordan Lewis. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Get out. It's coming now. Here we go, 47. Here we go, get that. Let's go, get out. Here we go, 47. Gun.
Coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
26.
Throwing here, Prescott. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So Charles are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without